This was bound to happen eventually. At some point, you had to know that the frustration from both sides was going to collide. And look, this is one of those rare situations where both sides are in the right and both sides are in the wrong all at the same time. I understand why Embiid-Hayes from the Philadelphia Inquirer is pissed off with Joel Embiid. And I understand why Joel Embiid had an issue with Embiid-Hayes, including his family, in an article where the primary sentiment was that Joel Embiid is the worst superstar in the NBA. Now, I'm sure fans of the Los Angeles Clippers would disagree with that statement, but it's very close. It is very close. Kawhi Leonard, Joel Embiid, they are both fighting very hard to see who can make the most money while missing the most games. It's like they're treating the NBA like it's welfare. There is this sense of entitlement that they are owed this money without having to do a damn thing to earn it. This situation between Joel Embiid and the media, this is what happens when entitlement is allowed to go unchecked. Entitlement breeds frustration on all sides. Take the WNBA dump, for example. Entitled dump divers, they want to be given, keyword, given. Entitled WNBA players, they want to be given luxurious accommodations without having to actually earn it. While normal people, we wish the WNBA dump would just cease to exist. There is frustration on both sides. It was only a matter of time before the frustration boiled over in the NBA, and over the weekend, time finally ran out. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. If you happen to stumble across this video, be sure to check out my main channel, Behind the Line. Search Behind the Line here on YouTube, should be the first channel that comes up. Also, I know some of you guys are wanting my reaction to the Saints losing to the Panthers. Trust me, it's coming. We're going to be getting to that here on the second channel first thing tomorrow morning. Last week, Embiid-Hayes of the Philadelphia Inquirer, he wrote a scathing article about Joel Embiid. Embiid-Hayes has been very critical of Joel Embiid for a while now for obvious reasons. I mean, Joel Embiid is one of the highest paid players in the NBA, paid over $50 million a year to play basketball, and Joel Embiid never wants to play basketball. Somehow, it's the strangest thing. Somehow, he was perfectly healthy during the Olympics a couple of months ago. When it came to adding a gold medal to his legacy, a legacy that doesn't exist. I mean, at this rate, Joel Embiid, he is going to be completely forgotten because he hasn't accomplished a damn thing. But he was perfectly healthy for the Olympics. But when it came time for training camp, when it came time for the regular season, you know, the job that actually pays him, Joel Embiid, he couldn't be bothered. He shows up to training camp out of shape. We are nearly 2 weeks into the regular season, and Joel Embiid hasn't touched the court unless he falls over while sleeping on the bench. Obviously, fans in Philadelphia, they are pissed off. The reporters that cover the team, they're pissed off. Embiid-Hayes wrote a scathing article where he completely destroyed Joel Embiid. He called out his laziness. He highlighted his selfishness. The problem was, Embiid-Hayes used Joel Embiid's son as well as his deceased brother to make his point. As a result, when Joel Embiid saw Embiid-Hayes in the locker room this weekend, he started a physical altercation with him. More than likely, Joel Embiid is probably going to be suspended over this, which doesn't really matter because he's not playing anyway. But it will save the Sixers a few $1,000,000 since they won't have to pay Joel Embiid to be useless while he's suspended. Look, I understand why Joel Embiid was upset. I don't care who it is. I don't care what they've done or haven't done. You don't bring their family into it, especially when the family that you're mentioning is a child and a deceased brother. That is 100% unacceptable. However, what's also unacceptable is Joel Embiid never playing basketball. Even though Marcus Hayes was wrong for mentioning his family, the sentiment of his article, it was 100% spot on. There are far too many superstar players in the NBA missing far too many games. This has gone on for too long. This problem's gotten so bad, I think they're going to have to start including clauses in contracts where players are financially penalized for refusing to play. I don't know how else you solve the problem. Joel Embiid has been in the NBA since 2014. In the past 10, 11 years, he has missed half of his games. Yes, he has went through legitimate injuries. No one is denying that, but there's just far too many superstars in the NBA who seem to be refusing to play through minor injuries. The other day, I praised Jordan Hawkins for playing through back spasms. I praised him for refusing to be benched, refusing to come out of the game. He played through his discomfort and played a critical role in the Pelicans beating the Pacers Friday night. I should not be surprised by that. I shouldn't have to praise Jordan Hawkins, a role player, for playing through a minor injury. Why? Because that should be the norm. That should be the expectation. Unfortunately, it's not. You know why Joel Embiid physically attacked a journalist? Now, some of it has to do with his family, but I don't think that's the only reason. I think he was also upset because he knew Marcus Hayes was right. He knew there was no defending himself against what Marcus Hayes was saying. Joel Embiid, he can't handle the criticism because he knows the criticism is valid. He tried to defend himself verbally. I don't understand why I'm being criticized. I have done a lot for this city. I have made so many sacrifices for Philadelphia. Why does everyone hate me? First of all, what the fuck have you done for Philadelphia? I'm not even a fan of the Sixers, and I am pissed off with Joel Embiid. What have you done? What the hell have you accomplished? 10 or 11 years in the NBA, and you haven't accomplished a damn thing. Besides, of course, cashing paychecks that you haven't earned. Let me ask you something. If you walked into work tomorrow morning and you told your boss that going forward you were only going to work half the week, hey, boss, I've decided that I am no longer working on Mondays. I hate Monday mornings. It's the worst day of the week. So I am not working on Monday going forward. Also, I'm not going to work on Thursday or Friday either. But Tuesday and Wednesday, I promise I am going to give you maximum effort. What would your boss say to you? After he finished laughing his ass off, he would tell you to pack your shit and get the hell out of there. Basically, that is what Joel Embiid is doing right now. He is essentially saying that he doesn't want to play at the beginning of the regular season. He doesn't want to play back-to-back games. He doesn't want to play until January, maybe February, so he can get ready for the playoffs. But at this rate, the Sixers, they are going to be eliminated from the playoffs before the All-Star break. What Joel Embiid is saying is, I don't want to play basketball, but he damn sure doesn't mind getting paid not to play. Even though Marcus Hayes was wrong, that does not mean he wasn't right. This is a very serious problem right now in the NBA, a problem that Adam Silver has ignored for far too many years. But give me your thoughts on this. Do you blame Joel Embiid for getting so upset that he shoved Marcus Hayes? Was Marcus Hayes wrong for mentioning Joel Embiid's family? Do you understand, though, the frustration that journalists and fans of the Sixers have with Joel Embiid? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.